Ooh, back to Kumar for maths. I hope you're looking happy, smiling. Maths is going to be a joyous experience. And today we're going to do a little bit of practice drill. Not so taxing. We're just going to make sure you really understand the sine rule, cosine rule, and of course the area of the triangle. Alright? And let's get a quick brush on it before we move on. Now, remember what I told you, we have a triangle. Alright? This beautiful rule, Miss Sine. Remember what Miss Sine is all about? What did she tell you, Miss Sine? I call Miss Sine, actually it's a sine rule. Remember what she did? This sine. Yeah. If you have a triangle ABC, this is ABC. It's very good to visualize it. A is facing A. B is facing B. C is facing C. We learned that sine A over A. Alright, this is something you got to be very sure about. You mix it up. Oh, sorry. You don't get it right. Okay? So sine A over A equals to sine B. Where is the B? Across it, small b. And sine C over C. That's the sine rule. You use it when you have a given pair. Alright? And then the other side, you have one side given, either the angle, and then you have a missing side, or you have a side and a missing angle. Like if you look at this sum, hey, we got something. Do you see that? Sine 70 is facing 6. And now we can find out what is this angle, because that's the missing angle. Then you can find out. If this is also missing, you can't, because you got two unknowns. Two strangers cannot work. Alright, so you can't. So once you get this angle, because you know sine A over A equals to sine B over B, you can find this. Then the third angle can be found out. Right? 180 minus these two, you get this. And then you can work that out. You've got to train your eyes to see it. Right? Good. Now, so that's sine rule. And you can of course tweak it. Now the other one is cosine rule. If you remember it, you have your a squared is equal to b squared plus c squared minus 2bc cos A. Remember the Indian dance. You have, this is the unknown. Alright? Unknown squared. What is this side equal to? A squared plus b squared minus 2 times of this and this. 2ab cos c. Right? So what is this squared equals to? The cross, the unknown side, the square of it is equal to a squared plus b squared minus 2ab cos. This angle between them, between A and B, the angle. Alright? So that's Indian dance, connected and make some meaning out of it. Now we can also, if you want to find the angle A, then you just move this over and then you bring your A squared over. Now I told you the trick. If you want to find out angle B, and if you're given 3 sides, you want to find out what is this angle B, you make B the leader. Then you get b squared equal to a squared plus c squared minus 2ac cos b. I'm afraid if I'm repeating a bit too much, forgive me, because there's some of you who may not be very familiar still. So just bear with it. But I hope you get that right in. Now, so this was the first thing. This was the second thing. And we also learned the third concept, that the area of a triangle is none other than half AB sine C. You're just multiplying A and B and then sine of this angle and you divide it by 2. You get the area of the triangle. This angle is between A and B. Alright, we call that included angle because it's within the two lengths. Now with all this, the sine rule and cosine rule applies to all triangles. Need not be only for right angle. It can be for right angle. It can be for scalene, obtuse, and any other triangle. Now that you are ready, my dear, take a deep breath and let's move on. Look at this sum. We are giving you a figure and we want to find out what is angle XRY, ZRY, sorry. This angle, let me call it small r. So we can see very clearly, sine rule equals to right? So you can see the effect. So the first part of the sum will tell you that you get sine 70 degrees over 6 equals to sine r over 5. Bring your 5 up, you get a 5 sine 70 over 6 equal to sine r. Get your answer, put it into the calculator and you'll get it. Just excuse me, I'll get my calculator. Right, you've got that? You've got 5 sine. First of all, please make sure that the calculator is in the degree mode, not in radian. So if it's in the radian mode, change your calculator, do your setup, make sure that, do your setup and make sure you go to degree. Alright, understand the workings of your calculator, it must be in degree as the answer is in degree. 5 sine 70, answer divided by 6 and you would get, you get a 0.788. Now you press inverse sine, alright, and you will get the answer inverse sine after that. Once you got this answer 0.788, bring the sign over, press an inverse sine, and you get 51.54 degrees. That's 51.5 degrees. You've got that, great. Now, once you got your R, that is therefore your angle ZRY is 51.5 degrees. Done. Next, you want to find out what is XR. Move along with me. You've got that as 51.5. Hey, you 51.5. We can find out what is this angle. Let me call it a small y. You take 180 minus a 70, all right? And then you minus your 51.5. You get 180 degrees 70 is 110. When you minus 51.5, all right, you get a 0.5, and this one becomes a 9. Take away a 1 is a 8. This becomes 10. Take away 5 is 5. You get a 58.5 degrees. All right, now from there, all right, so far am I correct, everybody? Great. Or you can just counter check this, you add them up and you can see it's 110. 58.5 plus 51.5. Now, once you've got y, and you say, hey, we use sine rule. All right, we can use sine rule, and we say ZR, sine y over ZR equals to sine 70 over 6. Let's get back to that. We said ZR over y, sine y, and the y there is equal to 58.5 degrees is equal to 6. I'm putting length over the angle over sine 70 degrees. I told you either way it works. I want to find out length, so I put length over angle. And this side should also be length over angle. Now your ZR will be 6 times sine 58.5 over sine 70. Please help me there. What do you get? 6 sine 58.5 divided Oops, you know what I did? You must be careful because when you put divide, please put your brackets there. Your calculator is very important. You got to manage it well. Sine 70 because it's all programmed. And sometimes if you don't, you get the wrong answer. So your ZR is 5.44. So that's your length of ZR. Are you satisfied with that? Are you convinced? If you look at the sum, all right, ZR, okay, if 70 degrees is facing 6 meters, your Y is bigger. So if you look at it, let me write down. Your Y is 58.5 degrees. This is facing 6, and here Y is facing 5.44 meters. And this is only 51.5. That's why it's facing the smaller side. This is a very practical triangle. Sometimes we do make you find that the question has an error and the answers can come out, but actually that triangle is not being drawn, cannot be drawn. You may find such problems in your question paper at times. There's a slip and error on the setter, all right, when they write the question perhaps. So forgive them, right? Life is about forgiving. All right, if I do so, please do that to me too. Now we will look at the next sum, my dear. So this is answered, this is answered. They want you to find the area of triangle YRZ. YRZ. Where is YRZ? This triangle, they want to find out. Well, it's so beautiful. As I said, I like to really reiterate. I like to draw that triangle out. Y, Z, R, Z, R, Y, and this length we found out is 5.44. This angle is 70 degrees. This is 6. This is 51.5. Hey, this is 58.5, and this is 5. I told you that in the area of a triangle, no fear. We just use this beautiful triangle, half AB sine C. I just want to get your calculator with you. All right, my dear curious young ones. We're going to see which to use. Any one of them will do. If I take these two, the area of the triangle will be half AB sine C. Half of 5.44 times, what do you multiply with? Times 6, and you multiply with sine 51.5. All these you're multiplying. And what do you get? All right, test it for me. All right, you get 5.44 times 6 times sine 51.5. Answer divided by 2. And you would get 12.77. Now, this answer is all in meters squared. That's the area of triangle XZRY. But I just want to be a little more curious. You want to find out what else? You may want to find out maybe this method here. You can use half, or you can use the area triangle, half 5 times 6 sine 58.5. Now, make sure you use the right relevant triangle because I'm using these two. I use the angle between them. That will be 30 divided by 2 is a 15 sine 58.5, and you get the answer, which is 12.789. I get about there. There's a little bit of movement because these answers have been rounded out. All right, so whichever you use, you can see that the answers are approximately there. And if I were to use these two, let's find out how different they are. We're just curious, the degree of accuracy, all right, or the degree of the error made. We want to find out. All right, so what happened? We want to find the area of triangle XRY equals to half 5 times 5.44 sine 70 degrees. Please do help me there. 5 times 5.44 sine 70, and then answer divided by 2. You wouldn't believe it, I got 12.7798. It's about 12.78. So looking at these answers, I would say most looks like 12.78. Alright, but whichever way you do, they're all accepted. Alright, I just want to show you they're not contradictory. They're not contradicting each other. The formula stands, the logic is there, and this is a real triangle. Alright, having the same area. The minor mistakes, the minor thing that you see is because of the rounding up error. Now let's look at the next one. The next part of it, they want you to work out what is the area of the figure there. Alright, R, Y, X, Z. Now you know this area, all we need to do is this. Now do you find it a hassle? It's not a problem looking at Z, Y. In fact, it's base times height. Alright, you can do and then divide by 2. Alright, or half AB sine 90. Sine 90 is what? 1. Okay, or you want to work this out, also can half AB sine 48. Very easily you can work this Z, XZ. What do you use? Tuakaso. Right, you use cos 45 degrees, remember? What is Tuakaso all about? Let's try it out. Alright, now we look at E again. We said cos 48 degrees. Because this is right angle, you get a 5 over your XZ. And your XZ will be, bring it over, you get 5 divided by cos 48. Press it, my dear, get your answer. You said, 5 divided by cos 48. Answer is 7.47. So that's 7.47 meters. And then the area of this triangle will be area of your triangle X, Z, Y. Half AB sine C. You like to use that formula? Go ahead. Alright? Because you know this length is 7.47. This is the included angle. And if you fit it in, half times 7.47 times 5 times sine 48 degrees. What do you get? 7.47. Are you pressing, my dear, the calculator? Work along with me and see your answers. Alright? And you get 27.7. Did I divide by 2? I want to check and see. Sometimes I get a bit forgetful. I get 13.87. Did you get that? 13.88 if I round up. Meters squared. Let's check it out again. 0.5 is a half times 7.47 times 5 times sine 48 degrees. Answer, you get 13.8. Yeah. So if that is the area, this one method I've got it. I could also get the area of this triangle by saying base times height divided by 2. And I can find this length using tangent 48 degrees. Alright, tangent 48 will be this length over this. I get this, and once I've got, because this 90 degrees, this is the base and that's the height. Or even if I did half AB sine C, your sine 90 degrees is 1. It will still be the same answer. So therefore, what will be the area of this? Alright, I'm going to just adjust E, area of the figure R, Y, X, Z will be this area 13.88 plus this area 12.78. 8 plus 8 is 16, carry up 1, you get another 16, carry up 1, 13 plus 12 is 25, plus 1, you get 26.66 meters squared. And if they want you to round off the answer to the nearest whole number, what do you get? 27. Because it's 5 and above, you add 1, you get 27. If they want to keep to the nearest first decimal place, 1 decimal place, they get 26.7. Right, isn't maths getting a bit easy, right? I just want to mention a little bit about elevation and depression in my next part. Go get your hot chocolate or an ice cold Milo, whichever it is, and we'll move on to second psalm. All right, keep going.